Welcome to Thrive, where I believe you were not created to survive, but to thrive. And if you change yourself, you can change your world. I am your host, Alex Sagai, and I want to welcome everybody to season 3. We can't believe it. We can't believe almost a year ago, we launched Thrive, this podcast where we are going to bring you all things life, leadership, and lifestyles. And it's almost going to be a year already of us launching this podcast. And I'm excited. Every time I go somewhere, whether it's church or somewhere local, I've even been in some other churches where some people have been like, hey, thank you for the podcast. And I want to thank you for your support. This started as just a resource for some of our leadership team. I wanted to give them. A lot of people can't attend some of our staff meetings, and now the family keeps growing. So I want to thank you for all of your support. It is very exciting, cool, humbling to hear how this has helped several people. I say this all the time, but I want to become a better leader. I want to become a better husband, a better father, a better pastor, a better son. And so anything I keep learning, whether it's from a book or conference, seminars, I'm going to try to be faithful and just continue to pass that down here. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Alex. Me and my wife, Diana, we pastor Calvary Church. We think it's the best on the planet. We love our family. We love our pastoral team, our staff team, our dream team. The people that attend Calvary are absolutely phenomenal. And so every single week, we have meetings, and they're leadership meetings. We talk all things Bible. We talk all things that are spiritual, but a lot of leadership things too on how we can become better. We went from a staff of about 8-10 people. Today we're over 20, and we continue to grow. And so we want to continue to make sure our culture is healthy. Want to make sure that we are people of character, people of principles, people who are stewarding what God has given us well. And so that's why we continue to learn about leadership. Maybe you are a Christian, but maybe you're not. This channel, hopefully the principles that we share on it can help you wherever you are. So once again, I want to thank you, whether you're a believer or not, a Christian or not. I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank you for your subscription. I want to thank you for all those. I say this all the time, but we see it on social media that you share the clips or you leave a comment on the YouTube or on Spotify. You've left reviews or Apple, wherever you listen to this. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for passing the word along, telling people about Thrive. I told you this year, we have a couple of things that I'm excited about that we are working on. And so help us pray about that. We are working on a few things that we want to do later on this year with this channel. And we're going to continue to make sure we get better together. It's 2025. It's 2025. Come on, let's become the best leaders we can be this year. I've started this channel last year by saying I want to become the best version of myself. That's my personal mission statement. And hopefully we all continue to do that this year. And so let us know in the chats, what are you looking forward to in 2025? Let us know on YouTube, Spotify. Let us know everywhere you're watching this. What are you looking forward to in 2025? Once again, on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere that you share this content, thank you. Today, I want to give an episode that has helped me. I shared this a while ago with some of our team and kind of been thinking about it as we continue. Our church, Calvary Church, has expanded. Last year was one of our most explosive years as we went through incredible growth. Our team is growing, our staff is growing, our church is growing. We grew in our property. And so I started thinking a lot about building. And so today I want to talk for the time that we have together about good builders. What does it mean to be a builder, and how can I be a good builder? Maybe you're watching and you're like me. You are building a church. Maybe you're a pastor, executive pastor. Maybe you're on staff at a church somewhere. Maybe you're on the leadership team. Maybe you're not full time, but you are on the leadership team. How can I be a good builder? I don't want to destroy. I don't want to take away from what we're trying to build as a team. I want to be a good builder. Maybe you're like, I don't have my dreams yet of having my own business or a church or whatever it is, but you may be leading a family. I think all of us, we're building somewhere. You're building somewhere. How can we be good builders? This verse comes to mind, 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 9 and 10. This is kind of like a paraphrase of how they put this verse in the Passion Translation. It says, "Let every builder do his work carefully according to God's standards. I'm going to read that one more time, and I want you to listen to this. Let every builder do his work carefully according to God's standards. I love the way that's paraphrased there. Let every builder, you, me, all of us who are building something, let all of us do our work carefully. We don't do it in a sloppy manner. We don't do it last minute. We put importance into this. We put dedication into this. We put diligence into this. We are building carefully. We're not doing it just because we have nothing else to do. Whatever you're building, build it carefully. Come on, why don't you say that with me? Carefully. I want to build my life carefully. I want to build my home carefully. I want to build my marriage carefully. I want to give it some thought. I just don't build a home, a family, a marriage by not thinking about it. No, do it carefully. Give it some thought. If you're just about to get married, thinking about what that step you're going to take, think about it. Do it carefully. If you got married 10 years ago, okay, what's the next phase of your family life look like? Carefully. If you're building a business, maybe you're 3 years in, 5 years in, 10 years in, maybe you've become a little bit lazy. Maybe you're not as disciplined as you used. No, let's build carefully. I always want to remember that. We went through a renovation process last year of a new property that we bought, and we did everything carefully. We gave thought into it. We would sit down at this table. I'll never forget, there was this table at this old kitchen in the building that we bought, and we would sit there and think about everything for hours, the executive team. Okay, but how are we going to do this? How's this going to help us to flow team out of one hallway? How are we going to get people out this way? How can we better set up the chairs so people have a good view? Like, you just got to give it some thought. We don't do this just with no thinking. Let's just as it goes. No, give it some thought. And then I love how it puts it, according to God's standards. Woo. What are God's standards? God has some high standards. Let's be leaders of high standards. I'll put it this way. Let's be leaders of God's standards. Let's have God's standards. As this year has started, we're fresh into 2025. Come on, let's raise the standard. Why don't you say that with me? Raise the standard. Good leaders, great leaders, raise the standard. Let people walk into your business and they'll realize you have high standards. Let people walk into your home and they'll realize you have high standards. Let people meet your kids and realize you have high standards. Let people walk into your church and realize you have high standards. You like things done exceptionally well. You are a person of discipline. Your team is a team. Not that you don't relax, not that you don't have a good time, not that it's not an easy, chill environment. You can have all that and still have high standards. I want to do things according to God's standards. I want to be a person of principle, of values, of morals, of characters. Let's be good builders. With that in my mind, I want to think and talk for the next few moments together of how we build. How can you build? You're saying, okay, Alex, I want to be a good builder. I want to get better this year. I want to be a great builder. I want to build according to God's standards carefully. What can I do? Well, there's a lot of things that we can do, I think. And I think if you open up a journal and you start writing down how you can build better, you'll come up with a list way more thorough than mine. Today, I want to just encourage you with the time that we got together. How can we be better builders, and how can I build? I think I'm going to give you just a few thoughts. Write these down. Think about these. If you're in the car, in the gym, if you're working out, if you are in your office already, or maybe you're in the kitchen, think about these and try to make a note of them somewhere. But these have helped me. Okay, I want to build, and maybe you think I don't have the platform that some people have. I don't have the power that some people have. What can I build? Well, even if you're just a part of a team, you can be a good builder. Number one, build with your time. Build with your time. Where do you invest your time? Come on, as we start the podcast this year together, the Thrive family, it keeps growing. We're almost at 700 subscribers. I can't believe it, a year later. We're going to continue to grow this thing. One of the ways that we can build is with our time. And I want to ask the question, as we begin this year, where are you investing your time? Where am I investing my time? At the beginning of every year, our church, Calvary Church down in South Florida, we do this thing called 21 Days of Prayer and Fasting. And we literally disconnect. We skip on some meals. Fasting, if you don't know what fasting is that you give up on certain meals to dedicate to prayer. and to dedicate into seeking God. This year, we kind of took it up a level, and for 7 days, we called it a total fast or consecration week. And a bunch of us even deleted social media. And I was talking to some people after the fast, and they were just telling me how they realized how much time we have because we spend so much time scrolling, or it's called doom scrolling. You just scroll through your phone. Where are you investing your time? I realized in my own life, we had a daughter that 2 years ago, she's now getting ready to turn 3 this year. I can't believe time is flying. But 2 years ago, I realized that if I want to be a good father, I got to invest my time in spending time with her, looking at her in the eyes. I was recording a video of her last year, and I remember she looked at me and she said, "Daddy, put the phone down." And she just wanted me to focus on her, right? So what do you want to build? I can build with my time. If I want a good relationship with my wife, with my daughter, with our team, it's spending time together. What are you investing your time in this year? I know the year just started. We're about 2 months in. Where are you investing your time? Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Look at your life, look at your calendar, look at your week, look at your day and say, where have I wasted some time? I want to invest it. Even if I'm scrolling, I want to scroll through a book. Those are just some changes you can make. Even if I'm just going to have lunch, I'm going to invite somebody that I'm investing time, that I'm building into their life. I think you can invest in relationships. Okay, I'm going to grab somebody that I kind of want to mentor. I see some potential in, hey, let's go grab some coffee. Hey, let's go grab some. You're going to eat anyways. Might as well invite somebody that you can build a relationship with. You can build their life. You see that they are hungry to learn. Okay, that's one thing that you can do. And so I think all of us need to realize we can build with our time. You may not have the power, the platform. You may not have the pulpit. You may not have the position you think somebody else does, but you have time. And time is one of the greatest gifts God has given humanity. What are you doing with your time? I'll say, build somebody's life, mentor somebody, speak into somebody's life, spend time with your gift, spend time with people, spend time at your job, spend time in your business. Do it carefully according to God's standards. We are all building something. Make sure you are investing your time correctly. This is one of the things you can never get back. What are you doing with the time that God has given you? Number 2, let's go. What else can I build with? I can build with my teamwork. Yeah, I'll think about it. Another way of describing that, I can build with my attitude. I can build with the way I talk to people. I can build with my teamwork. I can build with unity. Unity, this is not a divided team, is what I tell our team all the time. We're not separate. Just because we may have departments, we're all still part of the same team. We're all in this together. Make sure, maybe today it's just a family that you're leading. Make sure your family's united. Hey, we're going to be all in this together. There's been many times where I sit down with a couple for counseling and they're just on divided pages. They're on 2 separate pages. They got different visions. They're not in the same alignment. They're looking at different places. You're not going to build anything great when there's division. You got to make sure I'm building with my teamwork. I'm here for my team members. They're here for me. When you have that, you're going to be able to build something great. You're going to be able to be a good builder. One of the things we tell our church all the time is that the devil's not scared of a big church. He's scared of a united church. He's not scared of a big church, but he's scared of a united church. Maybe you think, well, we don't have what the Johnsons have. We don't have what the Richardsons have. We don't have what the Williams have. We don't have that car. And we don't have that house. And we don't go on those vacations. You know what you have? You have unity. You don't need to have all the money in the world. You don't need to have the car. You don't need to have the house. You have unity. And I think about my life. I've seen it firsthand. My parents didn't have everything that all of my friends had and their families had, but they had each other. And they fought for each other. They fought for their vision together. They were in the same alignment, in the same lane. And so I think some of us today, we need to think about this. We have each other. How can we be better team members? I want to be together, not multiple visions, not multiple thoughts, not I always need to have the last word. I always need to be heard. No, we are building this together. Team builders. Are you into building teams? Are you into building people? Are you into developing others? Today, as the year begins, come on, let's just thrive. where I believe you were not created to survive, but to thrive. If you want to thrive, make sure other people are thriving. As you do that as a team member, you're going to begin to thrive. I'm telling you, if you change yourself, you can change your world. You want a better business? You want a better family? Begin to change yourself. I'm going to stop being egotistical, narcissistic, prideful, and I'm going to start developing others. I want to be a team member. Care for your team. Spend time with people. Don't do it for a title. Don't do it for recognition or position, but do it because you care for people. You can build with your time, and you can build being a team member. Number 3, you can build with your callings or your giftings. I would put it that way. What are your talents, your giftings that God has given you, that God has ingrained in you? Because I'm a Christian, I believe God has given us all a gifting, callings, talents, skills. And so we have the natural and the supernatural. I believe you are born with natural talents, but you're also born again with giftings, graces that God has given us. I can build with that. Whatever it is that God has given me, I want to live worthy of the calling that God has given me. Are you living worthy? That word worthy, if we think back to Ephesians chapter 4, when he says, live worthy of the walk. Have a walk that is worthy. It literally means that it weighs out according to your calling. Today, I know I'm talking to people. You may be in your car, in the gym, in the kitchen. You may be somewhere. Consider your life. Examine your life. Am I living a life that's worthy? Meaning, do I weigh out with what I profess with my mouth? Am I using the skills that God has given me, the natural talent that was in me, some of the things that I've developed over time, the grace that God has given me? If it's to teach, am I teaching? If it's to be hospitable, am I being hospitable? If it's to be a giver, am I being generous? If it's to be a leader, am I really stepping out in this leadership role? Whatever administration gift you have, whatever gifting God has put in you, are you using it to build? You want to be a good builder? Look inside, examine your life and say, what has God deposited in me? Am I walking in my purpose? Am I walking in my design? Am I walking in my passions to help my family, my community, my church, the corporation that I'm a part of? Whatever it is, you can build with your giftings. You can build with your calling. You can build with your talents. Today, you can build with your time. You can build being a good team leader, and you can build with your giftings and with your time. I think so many people, if you're not careful, this world will make us all just fight for our own selves. We become very self-centered. And I want to take a moment to talk about that because maybe today you've developed self-centered habits. This is about me. This business is about me. This family is all about me. It's what I say. Whatever you're a part of, it becomes about you. And that will lead you to live a very small life. You want to be a good builder? Start thinking bigger than you. How can I serve my spouse? How can I serve my kids? How can I serve my parents? How can I serve my coworkers? How can I serve my employees? How can I serve my employer? You start thinking that way. God, let me use the gifts, the talents that you'll be a good builder. We're all building something. We're all building something. Maybe like us, like I said last year, you're building a brand new facility and something God gave you. If we were all very self-centered, that job would have never gotten done. And we would have not been able to move our church in 103 days into this new building. But we became people who said, hey, I got this, you got that. That's your skill set. You take care of that. This is where your gifting is at. And make sure we're all in the same lane, all thinking about each other. How are you built? That's how we were able to build where we're at today. What are you building? Are you being a good builder? Are you doing it carefully according to God's standards? Number 4, build with our culture. That's one of the things we tell our staff all the time, our team all the time, our dream team. You know how you can build something really good? With culture. What do I mean by that? I mean by the language you use, by the way you carry yourself, the culture. The culture is how something feels. If something feels like it's broken, there's no unity. If something feels like it's just falling apart, you're not going to build something great. People can walk into your church, your corporation, your business, your home, your family, and it have just this sense of no culture, no organization, no kind of vision, no kind of alignment. And you can tell that that's not going anywhere. But when you walk into places where there's this good culture, people are all speaking the same language, they all have the same vision, drive, passion, love, there's this unity in the team or unity in the family, you're building with your culture. I'll give you some examples. At our church, we just don't say things, we want to live by them. So when we say welcome home at our church, we want to make sure people feel welcomed. And again, may you bump into somebody that's maybe new in our team and maybe they have certain things they're still working on and you may be like, well, that person didn't make me feel welcome. For sure, give them some grace too as they come along. But most of us are trying to be better. You know what I want to be welcoming. So it's not just saying welcome home. I want to embrace somebody that's coming in through the doors, look them in their eyes. I want to shake their hands. I don't know what this person walked through. I don't know what this person has gone through in their life. I don't know how this week was. All I know is that they're taking an hour and 15 minutes to come spend time with us on a Sunday. So I want to make sure they feel welcome. Hey, thank you for being here. It means the world. You can be in a lot of places on a Sunday, but the fact that you chose to be with us, it means the world. And we want to make sure that you feel comfortable. Want to make sure you may be challenged through the message. You may hear some stuff that your flesh doesn't like, but we want to make sure that you feel comfortable, that you find a seat. Do you need some coffee? You want to know where the restroom is? If you want to get to know people, I would love to introduce you to 3, 4, 5, 10 new friends here today. So it's not just saying welcome home. I'm building it with my culture. I'm telling people, come as you are. So I want to make sure our host team, people welcoming people, are not looking at people and judging them based on the way they are dressed. Or none of that. We're doing a culture that doesn't just say things, but lives things out. If you think your home, your family, your marriage, you have certain guidelines, live them out. Hey, here, it's not going to be about me. Okay, then the first time an argument comes up, make sure it's not about you and make sure you want to serve your spouse. These are just the ways that we can continue to be good builders. Like Paul said, carefully, according to God's standard. I can build with my time. I can build being a good team member. I can build with my calling and giftings. I can build with my culture. I just don't want to say something. I want to live it out. I can't say that I love something and not live it out. You can't say, oh, yeah, no, I'm a good father. I love my kids and never spend time with them. How's the culture of your life? How's the culture of your home? You can't say, I care about my employees and you never sit down with them. Never go have coffee with them. Never go have lunch with them. And so you have to live this out. Build with culture. Number 5, build with our faith. That's one of the ways that we can build. How do you build? For us, because we're Christians, and again, maybe you're watching this and you're not a believer, I hope that as you're watching this, you would know that there's a God who loves you and that Jesus died for your sins, resurrected so that you can have eternal life. But for us, we believe that we build with our faith. What do I mean? We build by what we believe in. We build by what we stand on. We build by our obedience to God. We build by our faithfulness to God. We're going to build with our faith. We're going to build by the way we talk, by the way we pray. We are risk takers. We believe that God is for us. And if God put a dream inside our heart, let's build our faith. We're not negative. We're not faithless. We're not hopeless. And so today, have some faith that God can heal your home. Maybe you're saying, Alex, a little bit too late. I'm listening to this, but my marriage is falling apart. Maybe you're watching this and you're saying, my business, I had some bad practices and now it's not what it used to be. I think God is so graceful. God can build your home again, your marriage again. God can restore relationships with your kids. God can bless your company again. God can bless your church again. We serve a good God. Build with faith. You know what? I made some mistakes last year. This year, God, would you be my helper? Would you help me? I want to put you first in my life again. I want to build this home again. Whatever happened last year, leave it last year. We have a God who gives us new grace today, new mercy today. Come on, I'm talking about good leaders. If you want to be a good leader, forget about yesterday. Come on. The Bible says he's doing a new thing. He's doing a new thing today. We woke up to new grace, to new mercies, to new compassions. And so today, start building with faith. Maybe today you need to apologize to somebody. Maybe you need to apologize to your wife or to your children or to your husband or to coworkers or to employees or to employer or to your leadership team. Whoever you need to apologize to, do it and start building with faith. Come on. I believe God can restore this. I know we've tried it a million times. Let's try it 1,000,001. Let's go to counseling. Let's go talk to a pastor. Let's go sit down somewhere. But I want to build with faith in 2025. I want to believe that I want to be a good builder. And so I'm going to add some faith into this, that there is a God who loves me, that there is a God who loves us, that there is a God who wants to prosper us, that there is a God who wants me to become an influence in my community because he's put a passion in me to tell people about him, to tell people about his love and his grace and his mercy and his son, Jesus. Come on, let's build with faith. Come on, let us know in the chats somewhere. Say, I'm going to be building with faith today. Raise your levels of faith. Come on, raise your level of expectancy. Come on, nothing is impossible for him who believes. God can turn my life around. Maybe today you're watching this and you're saying, Alex, I used to be an addict. I was so messed up. I've made so many mistakes. I was a cheater. I was a liar. I was angry. I was wrathful. I used to rate whatever it is. Come on, raise some levels of faith in your life and say, I can build with faith. I'm not going to be known for what I did. I'm going to be known for what I believe now. And so we're going to raise our levels of faith. Today, you can be a good builder. And number 6, build with our treasure. What do I mean by that? We talked about talents and giftings, but I want to talk about money. I think that's one of the ways that you can build. Today, you can build somebody's life by investing some money in them. Meaning, don't just tell somebody you love them, show them. Don't just tell somebody that you care about them, show them. It's one of the things that's closest to our heart is our money. And so I think it's not just actual dollars you give to somebody, but today go out of your way to serve somebody. That's what I mean. Go out of your way to be kind to somebody. Go out of your way to give a gift. Go out of your way to give somebody a ride. Go out of your way to give encouragement. Go out of your way to bless somebody today. Again, if you want to be a good builder, it's going to take some treasure. You know what? I'm going to get an area of my life and I'm going to invest it in somebody. This week, where are you investing your treasure into? Invested in somebody, invested in something that is going to be lasting. Invested in your marriage, invested in your home, invested in your friendships, invested in your church, invested in your corporation, invested in your family. Put some treasure into it. Again, starting this year, let's not waste. Let's not waste our time. Let's not waste our callings. Let's not waste our giftings. Let's not waste our treasure. Come on, let's be good builders. Once again, build carefully according to God's standard. This is episode 1 of season 3, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to have a bunch of guests, a bunch of friends, family come by. It's going to be an exciting time this season. And as the year goes by, we'll get some surprises. But I wanted to start off by saying, what are you building this year? What are you building with your time? What are you building with your giftings? What are you building with your talents? What are you building with all that God has given you? Say, I want to be a good builder. If you want to be a good builder, these are some things that can help us, and we can build it. We don't need a position, a power. We don't need pulpit. We don't need any of that. God can help us with the things we already have to be a good builder. Remember that if you change yourself, you can change your world.